What is good, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video, and in this video we're going to be talking about the one and only Tesla stock and what the share price did today. I'm also going to talk about what's going on with the overall stock market and how the Fed may be affecting the market going forward, as the Fed has some very important announcements that just came out. I'm also going to talk about the possibility that Tesla may be launching new headphones very soon, guys. We have some big updates for you that I'm going to discuss, and I'm going to end this video by talking about the man, the myth, the legend, Elon Musk, and what he just tweeted about, as we have some technological innovations that may be coming out from Tesla as well. Now, before I say anything about Elon Musk's tweets, before I talk about the potential Tesla headphones or say anything about the share price, I do have to mention some very important things first. First off, I'm not a financial planner, guys. This is all for educational purposes only. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. It not only benefits me, benefits the entire Tesla community as a whole. And the last thing is, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link down below and in the description. If you do sign up for Moomoo and deposit $100, you will not only qualify for up to 5 free stocks, each worth up to $3,500, but you're also going to qualify for free real-time level 2 data for US stocks with $0 in trading commissions. So please check that out if you guys want free money. And with that out of the way, let's get on with the video. So Tesla is currently a little bit in the green, barely in the green today. We had a crazy day. So I'm looking at the 1-day chart, looking at the minute candles to show you guys the volatility. We ran all the way up to $1,041 a share. Then we saw a little bit of volatility. We started consolidating a little bit. Then we just dumped like crazy, guys, with a massive sell-off. We dumped to $994 a share, and we closed a little bit in the green at 0.06%. But then in the after hours, we're dropping 0.9%. So once again, we're dropping in the after hours, but we did have a very interesting day because we dropped pretty dramatically. Now, I did say that we could have closed in the red. I was a little bit wrong about that, but I wasn't wrong about us having this massive sell-off. That is what ended up playing out. Now, I can't guarantee you that my predictions will always be perfect because it's really just the market reacting to what the Fed is doing. I can't predict what the Fed is going to do on a day-to-day basis, but I do make predictions just for fun because a lot of people ask me to do it, and I do want the best for each and every one of you. Now, before I go into more detail about Tesla, let's talk about what's going on with the market, guys, because look, Tesla was not the only one that's having this sell-off in the after hours or like barely closing in the green, because the majority of stocks in the market or ETFs or index funds were in the red. Look at AMC. AMC is in the red. NEO is a little bit in the green, but Apple's in the red. Amazon in the red. The SPY was in the red. So was the Nasdaq, down 1.3%. The SPY is down about 0.36%. So the entire market was in the red for the most part, and it's looking pretty interesting right now. So as you guys can see, we're dipping below every single one of the exponential moving averages for the S&P 500. And even though this is happening, guys, we have to talk about what the Fed is doing. So when it comes to the Fed right now, there's a lot of uncertainty about what the future holds, because the Fed is talking about how they're releasing a long-awaited study on a digital dollar, but it doesn't take a position yet on creating one. So because of that, guys, the fact that the Fed is becoming a little bit more hawkish, now they are trying to protect the dollar, which I just think is a pretty good thing that they're trying to do. But the issue is, there's just so much uncertainty right now. We don't truly know what the Fed is going to do just yet. I don't know the extent in which they're going to be raising rates. And until they keep us, in this suspense, this is probably going to continue to cause the market to have lots of volatility or some red days just like this. Now, Brainerd is also a little bit more hawkish, which is a little bit surprising as she tends to be more on the dovish side. And Powell is doing the same thing. He's more hawkish. And Joe Biden, the president of the U.S., actually said that he supports Jerome Powell being a little bit more hawkish and trying to address inflation. So that in turn is still having its effect on the market. And I want to talk about this right here. We have a very important date coming up. The Federal Open Market Committee is going to be meeting on the 25th through the 26th of January, which is next week, guys. This is important because the Fed could be announcing some very important things that could definitely affect the market. So don't be surprised if we see a little bit of red on, I would say, the early days of next week. And now I hate to say that, guys, and I did tell you guys that I'm still very bullish for Tesla going into next week, but for the next upcoming days, there's just so much uncertainty that could really cause this thing to move in either direction. Now, I'm going to tell you what I think is going to play out before I talk about Tesla's headphones and what's going on with Elon Musk. And here's what I think is going to play out. So This is the 1 day chart for Tesla. Let's bring up some technical indicators though before I go into more detail. And as you guys can see, we're seeing some very interesting things. Now, when I was looking at it, I showed you guys that inverse head and shoulders that formed like right about here. And I know because I'm looking at these indicators, it's not as clear, but the inverse head and shoulders was probably going to be completed when we have a big run up. And I think the run up is probably going to start by mid next week. And the reason I say that is because I believe, and I could be wrong when I say this, like I told you guys, my predictions are not always right and this is not financial advice. But the thing is, I think Tesla may announce some very big things on this next earnings report. They're going to crush their numbers. Their EPS is going to kill it. They're absolutely going to crush it when it comes to the numbers they report. And I think it's very probable we're going to have a run up. So that's probably what's going to complete this head and shoulders. But until then, until we get to next week, mid next week, I believe it's the 26th when Tesla has their earnings report. Until we get there, guys, Tesla could drop a little bit or trade sideways. That's what these technical indicators are showing. Now, the MACD flip with the 9 day moving average showing this downward trend that's forming. And the RSI ended up dipping a little bit compared to where it was yesterday. So it ended up dipping to about 38.8, and the CCI is a little bit down too. This means that we are currently trading below the exponential moving averages, which means that Tesla is dropping at a, I would say, more significant rate compared to how it used to drop before. So what I think is going to happen, guys, like I told you guys, I think it's more probable it's going to be a little bit more bearish and maybe sideways until we get to that earnings report, which is most likely going to cause us to run to the upside. So be prepared for that, because the reason I'm saying that is because of the indicator that we ended up closing below the $1,000 level of support. That means that the $1,000 level of support did not end up holding out the way many people have anticipated. So we could continue to drop down. Don't be surprised if we touch the 980s. But remember, guys, it's nothing to be too scared about because we are forming this bullish pattern known as the inverse head and shoulders, and we should see a reversal relatively soon. So I do see Tesla running up to perhaps above the $1,100 to $1,200 range once we see the earnings. And depending on how big the earnings report is, if something insane is announced, if they start announcing updates on the Gigafactory in Berlin, I mean, there's no telling what they're going to announce. And that could even cause Tesla to break all-time highs temporarily. And so I'm very excited, guys, because the thing about Tesla is this thing could still run. Remember, even though this thing is $1 trillion company, it runs like a penny stock. This thing has high volatility and it could still explode to the upside. And that's what I'm calling for next week. Mid next week, I see that happening. But until then, before we get there, like I said, we're probably going to see sideways action and some bearish momentum. So with that out of the way, guys, let's talk about some big pieces of news that are coming out. Now, look at Electrek. They reported this right here. Tesla applies for a new trademark to sell its own audio equipment like headphones and more. So that's an indicator that we may see in the announcement, guys. Tesla headphones may be coming very, very soon, because why on earth would Tesla apply for the new trademark? Now, what does this mean going forward? Remember, guys, Tesla has a big brand. They released Tesla Tequila. They released like the whistle and other really cool things like that. They have their like ARVs. It's a very awesome, guys. They're a big brand. So if Elon Musk is thinking this, he might announce the new headphones, and that could be very, very bullish news for the stock. I think they're gonna make a lot of revenue from that, and they could definitely include more and more products going forward, such as the Tesla phone. Once again, that's very bullish news in my opinion. If they do announce this in the next earnings report, it's going to be pretty huge in my opinion. I also want to talk about this right here. Now, there's a lot of contentious things that are being said about Tesla as US lawmakers are slamming Elon Musk after Tesla opens in China despite warnings of very, horrible things. Now, here's the way I see this. Now, big articles are reporting this. And is it true that Tesla has opened more doors in China? The answer is yes. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they're involved in some of the potential malpractices that end up taking place there. Now, I want to put it out there because of the fact that Tesla's intention is not to be doing that. And I do really, really hope that, no one is hurt in the process of Tesla entering the country there. But the thing is Tesla's intention is to improve and innovate electric cars and do it as safely and ethically as possible from what I've seen based off their business ethics statements and other things I've seen. That's what I believe their intention is. Now, I really don't necessarily see any conclusive evidence of the claims that some politicians or US lawmakers are making. And just because Tesla does open in China, which is the largest EV sector on the planet, it doesn't mean that they're evil. So don't necessarily look at it that way. And I know what I said is a little bit controversial, but this is the way I want to see it. And before making any claims about the malice things going on or saying Tesla's involved, you need evidence. And I have not found evidence quite yet about anything like that, and nor do I think I ever will. So that's what I'm trying to put out there, guys. Don't let these articles scare you or cause you to think anything like that. And that's just what I have for this one. So let's also look at this right here. The Tesla Roadster and Cybertruck are the most popular EVs by search despite delays. And I want you guys to remember that these things are going to be massive when they come out. I can't wait for that day, guys. It's probably going to come out in 2023. I'm talking about the Cybertruck. It's going to be absolutely awesome. And they're very, very popular. So I can't wait for that, guys. It's a very bullish catalyst for Tesla. Even if this thing ends up dropping. Even if you see this thing in the red, remember, bullish catalysts are coming. Now, here's the last one I want to talk about right here, and that's the fact that there was a drone that flew around the Tesla Gigafactory in Austin, and it basically found that it's super, super busy on the inside and outside. It almost looks like the factory is already in production right now. Now, that doesn't mean that they're producing cars just yet, but what I'm trying to say is they're very close to getting there, guys. In the near future, they're going to be reopening it. Opening it, and Elon Musk could announce some very big things very soon. Elon Musk is also going to be traveling to Berlin relatively soon, I believe in like mid-February. That's what it says right here. Tesla CEO Elon Musk to visit Berlin factory in mid-February. And that could be very bullish news, guys. He might announce something very big, such as them starting production. He could say this during the earnings report too. Once again, very, very bullish news. It's bullish because of the fact that institutional investors are more likely to invest in a company like Tesla if their revenue gets better, if their numbers get better, and they're going to get better revenue and numbers as these factories reopen. That's what I have for this one. I'm going to end it now by talking about some Elon Musk tweets that just came out and something very funny. So, first off, someone stated that, hey, at Elon Musk, can we get the air suspension in the Tesla Model S/X to automatically raise quickly if the car detects a dip in the road ahead and then remember the location for next time? Would be an awesome feature to have. And Elon Musk stated, yes, yes, this is something that they want to work on. So that's very cool, guys. It's a very innovative piece of technology. And I think that the rides are going to be very smooth on Teslas. I can't wait for what they have coming out. That's very awesome in my opinion. And I can't wait for what the future holds. Now, the last thing I found that's very interesting is the fact that Elon Musk was tweeting with some anime memes, and I found that very funny. And I know this has nothing to do with Tesla, but I just want to put it out there, guys. Elon Musk may have watched a lot of anime sometime in his life, and that's very cool, guys. That's very, very awesome, and I find it very, very interesting. But anyways, that was just a joke, just to for entertainment, and that's what I had for this one. So going forward for Tesla, guys, like I told you guys, this thing could rip at any given moment because Tesla's a very unique stock. However, what I think and what my opinion is, and I could be totally wrong, I admit my mistakes. It's very hard for me to make perfect predictions, but based off technical indicators and what the Fed is doing, it's more probable, in my opinion, that Tesla's going to see more sideways and maybe some downwards pressure for the next upcoming trading days until we get to the earnings report, which is most likely going to cause Tesla to run to the upside. That's what I have for this one, guys. That's what I think is going to play out, and that's what I think is going to complete the inverse head and shoulders. With that said and done, guys, I thank each and every single one of you for listening. I value every single one of you, and I wish the best for each and every one of you. And I'll definitely see you in the next one. So remain calm, cool, and collected, and don't let some red scare you guys. Don't let it get to your emotions. We are wise investors. We're going to make big killings in the future, and don't ever quit. That's what I have for this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Tesla to the moon, and peace out.